Okay, so the cardiac output training method, sort of the unsung hero of high-end performance and recovery-based or recovery-driven fitness. The reason for that is because obviously we're all obsessed these days with high-intensity training and the merits that that can bring to your training. But the real fact of the matter is high-intensity performance is built from a low-intensity base. You need a wide-reaching aerobic system to be able to perform consistently and repeatedly to a high standard. The reason for that is high intensity is great, but it comes at the cost of fatigue. And obviously fatigue means you need to spend time recovering, and it's this sort of area which actually enables that for you. So yeah, cardiac output training, we're going to talk to you about it in a second, but it really is a magical method because it not only serves to give you sort of great life and health benefits, it allows you to recover in between your high intensity bouts or high intensity sessions. And we know that the athlete that recovers the quickest performs the best in the next bout or the next day or whatever it may be. So obviously really, really important that you include this in your training. But yeah, it's a magical method because it boosts your recovery, but also widens your sort of aerobic base. And it is the perfect antidote to high intensity training. As I just alluded to, high intensity training comes at a high rate of fatigue, potentially muscle soreness and things like that. It's these types of methods that when performed correctly in the correct doses, maybe the next day or later on the same day, that sort of flush your body through, improve your body's relationship with oxygen and allow you to recover faster to go again. And obviously, low intensity training, if you're going to use it for something other than recovery, you can use it to improve your power output at a lower intensity. So for example, if you start training at around about 140 beats per minute and you consistently train at 140 beats per minute over a given time, you're going to reduce your resting heart rate and things like that. But also you're going to be able to learn to push harder and faster at 140 beats per minute, meaning you can go further with what's requiring the same intensity. So it's really useful for that. One of the biggest gains from it, however, is this type of training actually improves the size of your heart. So that left ventricle or the big chamber in your heart, if you perform this type of training, what it allows you to do, because your heart rate isn't going so high, it allows that chamber to really fill completely with blood every time the heart beats, or before every time the heart beats. That causes a stretch effect upon the heart, and obviously the heart then adapts over time to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And a heart that is able to pump more blood per beat doesn't have to work as hard as a heart that cannot. So actually what you get from this type of training is a bigger heart, which means more blood is being pumped out, so your output is improved, and your heart has to work less, so you get a reduction in your resting heart rate. So it's really good for like stress management and health management as well. And obviously all of this, a larger heart, a reduction in your resting heart rate, and improved power output at low intensity and reduced soreness and stuff like that, means that this method really is your platform to performance. So it really is a really lovely, but obviously an unsung hero in sort of athletic performance and performance gains in athletes. How do we do it then? Well, quite simply, we can go anywhere between, I should say 150, sorry. Pick any cyclical activity. So what we mean by that is any activity such as running, biking, throwing a ball against the wall, anything that can be performed continuously, and just perform it for around anywhere between sort of 30 minutes to 90 minutes if you're really particularly an endurance athlete, and obviously anywhere in a zone of around about 120 to 150 beats per minute is great. If you're a bit more on the fitter side of things, you can up that, and it can be anywhere between 130 beats and 150 beats per minute. Or if you're a little bit older, a little bit less out of shape, you can drop it down to say 120 to 130 beats per minute. But really this range is a range in which your heart can actually fill with blood before each time it beats, as we just alluded to earlier. So yeah, any cyclical activity, stay in that magical 120 to 150 zone, and anywhere between 30 and 90 minutes. If you're if you're choosing to use it for a recovery-based method, anywhere between 30, 40, 50 minutes, no more than that. But yeah, really, really great exercise, guys. And like I said, it's perfect for all athletes. So if you're a strength athlete, it's still useful, just to use it a little bit less. If you're a boxer, you can use it for recovery, or you can stand and do your shadow boxing and stuff like that and improve your ability to recover and your power output at lower intensities. If you're an endurance athlete, obviously it allows you to obviously improve your power output over that given duration of your event as well. So it doesn't matter who you are. This is a really, really magical method, and like I said, unsung hero. But any activity, off you go.